Welcome to Lightning Component Development tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to understand what is a Lightning component, what all features it has, how we can use that, what all subcomponents it has. So let's start with it. First is what are Lightning components? To understand Lightning components, we should understand Lightning component framework. What is the framework? The Lightning Component Framework is a UI framework for developing dynamic web apps for mobile desktop devices. It's a modern framework for building single page application engineered for growth. The framework supports partition multi-tier component development that bridges the client and server. It uses JavaScript on the client side and Apex on the server side. So basically, it is used for single page application development. So we can say that in earlier version, Visual Force also we used to develop single page applications. But if you remember, like in Visual Force, we use like Angular or React third-party JS frameworks to do that. But now Salesforce has provided out of the box a Lightning Component framework, which we can use and create single page applications. It is based upon Aura framework, which is an open source vendor agnostic event driven framework based on JavaScript. So now what is Lightning component? Components are the self-contained and reusable units of an app. They represent the reusable sections of the UI and can range in granularity from a single line of text to an entire app. In a single component, you can build an entire functionality, or you can break it into multiple components, and then in a app, you can join all those components to make your complete app. Let's move forward. What is a Lightning architecture? So as I told you, application can contain multiple components, and components can contain subcomponents. So how it will interact to a backend? So it's just like a normal controller we have at a backend, only the methods that are defined as Aura enabled. If you have used remote action while using your Visual Force, in your Visual Force, if you have remote action, then you remember like remote action methods. Similarly, we have Aura enabled methods in our Apex controllers, whereas we have a component, Lightning components, which takes care of everything in the UI. Prerequisites of Lightning development. First one is your My Domain. My Domain needs to be enabled in Salesforce.com or before we start building Lightning components. It is distinct across all Salesforce.com instances. So before starting Lightning development, Lightning component development, we should enable My Domain. Second prerequisite of Lightning development is debug mode. For now, we have two modes for Lightning development. First one is your production mode, and second is debug mode. What if we do not enable debug mode, or what if we remain in production mode, or we move to debug mode? So when we are in debug mode, it tells Salesforce not to serve obfuscated code, and it renders a readable version of JS from server that prevents JS modification. So you can easily understand errors that are thrown by the JS, and the JS files are not minified, so you can understand it well. But it is like for performance and all, it is suggested to make it to production mode. Like in production mode, we should set it to production mode only, which is a default mode. So moving forward, Lightning component bundle. So in a Lightning component is a complete bundle of various sub components, you can say, which comprises of a component, a controller, a helper, style, documentation, re-render, design, SVG. Out of all these mentioned subcomponents, we frequently use component, controller, helper, and style. We generally do not use SVG, re-render, design, and your document. Now let's move it in detail to what all subcomponents are. So first one we have component. What is a component? It is little confusing, like component inside component. What do we mean by that? So in a lightning components, the part which stores the markup and which stores the attributes is your known as component. Component represents view of a component. Like we have got gone through MVC. Salesforce follows MVC architecture. In that, the view is our component, which has two major elements. First one is attributes. These are the data we want to work with, and the markup. These are the UI elements shown in the screen. It also holds the binding between markup and attributes. This is the place where we register our events and where we handle our events. We put those anchors here in this component only. Then we have controller. Don't confuse with the Apex controller. This is a JavaScript controller which is a part of Lightning component. Controller holds logic to all the event handlers defined in the component. For example, if we click on a button, the logic of button click would be coded here. Like whatever you want to do when you click on a button, that logic is written in our controllers. The logic is expressed by coded or expressed or coded in JavaScript. The controller is exposed to component object as a function attribute. As a result of this, we have access to all the variables defined in the component within a controller. Like to access any attribute on a component, we use v dot. V represents view, which is attribute, which is a function defined for our component. We can use those for accessing or like getting setting the variables, or we can call attributes. Then we have style. The style part of the lightning component stores the CSS which is being used in the markup of component. The CSS is encapsulated, means the CSS applied only to this specific component. We use dot this to limit the scope of the CSS. All CSS we write in this style file will remain encapsulated for like current component only. It will not interfere with other component CSSs. Then we have a helper file. As you know, in like general MVC architecture, helper is to support the controller. So any shared logic which can be used or which can be accessed multiple times is kept in helper. Like various methods are there in controller which require same logic. So we write that logic in helper and we call that from controller. That is served in our component. Then we have a renderer. Renderer is a place where Aura framework provides us ability to control re-rendering of components. By default, Aura framework provides excellent out-of-the-box rendering capabilities, but it has also provided a custom methods such as after re-render and before re-render, where these methods are exposed to customize and provide fine-grained control over re-rendering mechanism. Like if we want something to happen after re-render or we want something to happen before re-render, we can write a logic here or we can write a logic in helper class and we can call from our re-renderer file. Then we have a design file. Like as we know, lightning components are reusable. It can be used anywhere. It can be used in lightning experience. It can be used through lightning app builder. So like if our component needs some input from external environment, how it will take input. So basically to have that functionality, we have the design file. In this design file, we expose various attributes to external environment. Design descriptions are descriptions of attributes in our application. These design descriptions are exposed as configurable parameters in App Builder. The design descriptor is expressed in XML format. These design descriptors provide capabilities for admins to build loosely coupled applications in App Builder. This means the user in App Builder would be able to change the value of exposed attributes. It's like you have a account detail page and you have built a component for contact. So like all the contacts should be visible in your component. So you have to take an input like your account ID or something like that. So like for if you put that component in your account detail page, so in every account detail page for different accounts, they have different IDs. So you need an input as in uh, different IDs for different accounts. So you can expose one attribute as an account ID through this design descriptor file, which can be set whichever account is open in that detail page. That ID will be set to that component, and through that component you can show list of all the contacts of that account. So in this tutorial we are explaining we have explained you like what is a lightning component, what is a lightning component bundle, what all subcomponents it has. In the next tutorial we are going to show you a demo where we will be developing a lightning component to show you how it can be developed, and after that we'll be showing you how we can use that component in multiple places, in Salesforce, like lightning communities, lightning app builder, and a standalone application or Salesforce one. So thank you for viewing this video. Please don't forget to subscribe as we are coming up with various other tutorials on the same. Thank you.